Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are absolutely cracking the code on short-form content. We're going to break down the exact data-backed blueprint for creating viral clips without totally burning yourself out in the process. Look, whether you're a full-time creator, a marketer, or a small business owner, I think we can all agree the rules of attention have drastically changed. So today, we're diving into the literal science of what makes viewers stop scrolling, watch your content, and actually hit that share button.
Okay, let's start by looking at the absolute highest stakes of content creation right now. Because honestly, if your hook fails, your content enters this totally brutal cold start that it almost never escapes. And this isn't just some industry rumor. This is hard data straight from OpusClip. The difference between a clip that totally flops and one that absolutely skyrockets, it's not necessarily your production value. It's not even your core message. It is almost entirely dependent on those very first few frames.
1.5. Yep, that's it. 1.5 seconds. That brilliantly illustrates the razor-thin margin TikTok's algorithm takes to judge your content and make its very first distribution decision. In literally a split second, the platform decides if you're getting pushed to the wider algorithm or buried forever. So you literally do not have time to clear your throat.
To solve this, we're walking through a complete masterclass today. We'll hit the 3-second rule, look at data-backed viral hooks, check out the food video formula, learn how to capture silent scrollers, and finish up with scaling with AI generators.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the 3-second rule and the algorithm's razor-thin margin. Now, we aren't just guessing here. OpusClip actually analyzed over 34,000 clips. Think about how massive that data set is. Because of that, we know exactly what forces the algorithm to push your content to wider audiences. They looked at clips from earlier this year, completely stripped out the paid promotions, and found the pure organic patterns that trigger what we call compound distribution. That's that magic moment when the algorithm tests you with a small group, sees killer retention, and then just opens the floodgates to the masses.
Moving on to Section 2, data-backed viral hooks and what the numbers actually prove works.
So, looking at the numbers, the product showcase is the undisputed heavyweight champ, averaging over 6,000 views right out of the gate. Why? Well, because the viewer knows exactly what they get within 2 seconds. You lead with the main event, the finished dish, the crazy transformation. Right behind it are expert explainers that build fast credibility and the contrarian open. That's where you take a popular belief and just instantly smash it. It literally forces the viewer's brain to stick around to figure out why. Specific numbers are huge too because they scream authenticity, while imperative commands like stop scrolling demand engagement. Just, use those carefully so you don't sound too desperate.
You absolutely have to drop those outdated, slow YouTube-style greetings. Specificity and immediate value stop the scroll dead in its tracks. Starting with hi guys or taking forever to get to the point, that instantly kills your retention. Remember, on these short-form platforms, the viewer scrolled to you. They didn't search for you. You haven't earned their trust yet. The psychological cost of swiping past a highly specific, interesting number is high. But the cost of swiping past a generic, let me tell you a story, that's absolutely zero.
Okay, Section 3, the food video formula and how to win in a highly visual niche.
Humans are literally hardwired to pay attention to food. Because of that, your hook here must trigger that food ASMR, visually, before a single word is even spoken. According to Converse's analysis, a tight close-up of sizzling butter or a crazy cheese pull creates an immediate, totally visceral response. The absolute best food content combines this visual punch with a promise. Maybe it's a lazy recipe shortcut, a secret ingredient that upgrades a boring meal, or just a genuine mind-blown reaction to tasting a dish. That combo of visual trigger and verbal promise makes it basically impossible to look away.
But of course, there's a catch. What actually kills the food hook? Even if you have a Michelin star recipe, Converse's data shows creators are making critical, fatal errors right in the opening frames.
The golden rule? Never, ever start with raw ingredients. And stop talking so much. Let the sizzle do the heavy lifting for you. Unless the raw-to-cook transformation is the actual hook, starting with raw, uncooked chicken on a cutting board is a massive mistake. Oh, and poor lighting? That will make even the best meal look terrible. And actually, maybe the biggest crime here is ignoring sound design. Covering up the crunch of a crust or the bubbling of a sauce with some loud trending audio completely robs the viewer of the sensory experience they were looking for.
All right, let's move to Section 4, capturing silent scrollers and why retention actually requires text.
Get ready for a massive reality check. 85% of people are watching with the sound completely off. Let that sink in for a second.
Whether they're commuting, sitting at their desk at work, or just endlessly scrolling in bed, the vast majority of your audience literally cannot hear a word you're saying. This makes highly readable, engaging captions an absolute non-negotiable requirement if you want to keep them around past that 3-second mark.
So to capture this silent majority, top creators are leaning on advanced AI tools like Vozo AI. And Vozo doesn't just slap messy words on a screen. It uses a large language model to intelligently segment your subtitles so the line breaks actually read naturally and keep the context of your sentence intact. But it gets crazier if you want global reach. Vozo can perfectly translate and dub your voice, keeping your actual tone and emotion into over 160 languages. It even adjusts the lip sync so it looks incredibly natural to viewers anywhere in the world.
Finally, Section 5, Scaling with AI Generators and Bypassing Traditional Filming Altogether.
This is where we talk about a totally new production pipeline. Platforms like ClipTalk have simplified the entire creation process down to literally just 3 steps. This means you can build entire, massive, faceless channels using nothing but text prompts. You just describe the scenario, the AI writes a punchy script that's perfectly optimized for retention, and boom, it generates a finished, captioned, and fully voiced export.
And look, this isn't like those clunky odor tools when you upload a static photo and the mouth just sort of flaps around weirdly. This AI generates dynamic, Pixar-style animated scenes. You can easily create multi-character dialogue, like those viral talking cat podcasts or the fake courtroom dramas that are everywhere right now. It gives you 48 different realistic voices, background music, and auto-burned captions all in one export. No camera required. Actually, you don't even need a starting photo.
So what does this all mean for us? The tools and the hard data to go viral are literally right in front of you. We know the 1.5-second rule is law. We have the data proving exactly which hooks grab attention. We know how to trigger audiences visually, how to keep silent scrollers hooked with smart captions, and how to scale the whole shebang effortlessly using AI. The anatomy of virality isn't a mystery anymore. It's just a replicable system. So the only question left is, how quickly are you going to implement this blueprint to stop guessing, beat the algorithm, and capture your audience's attention?